Willie D Live.
When you look at artists who have had a long career versus those who kind of fizzle out, quickly,
Mm-hmm.
like what's the big difference as far as like in mentality, in the mentality of those artists, like the ones that, and can you tell, like can you like being in the game as long as you've been in the game, can you kind of like listen to an artist and watch how artists move, not just the talent part, but watch how how an artist move, watch that artist's discipline or his work ethic, and say that's that guy right there is going to have a long career. That guy right there, I don't know about that.
To a large degree, yeah. An example is good example is Vanilla Ice.
Who you had a chance to sign?
Kind of.
No, I remember that. Yeah. I remember I listened to Vanilla Ice demo at Rap-A-Lot.
Yeah. Yep.
And you played it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. My opinion.
You had the VHS.
Yep.
Remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
And my opinion at the time was that that's a one-hit wonder, and it was a big hit, but it turned out to be pretty true.
Yeah.
And so, but when it's a little while later, we sort of got our communications crossed on that, because James, that demo tape came in, and then we talked about it, and then there wasn't really any overwhelming priority to do anything about it. It was like, oh, this is like sort of sounded like a like novelty or something. And then James brought it up a couple more times, and we never really got through talking about it. But I think in James's mind, he thought we were going to go after it.
Yeah, I think
he did.
I think he thought that you was actually working on going after it.
Right.
Because it was either you, I know Jay was in the room, but either you and him was in the room or Jay was in the room. But I watched that video, I didn't just listen to the demo. I watched him perform. I think he was at a show in Dallas or Miami or somewhere. But he performed Ice Ice Baby and another song. And Jay asked me what I thought about it. And I said,
what was your take? I mean,
I said that, he can't rap that good, but he can dance, and he white, I'd sign him. You know? That's what I said. He can dance.
No, I mean, what about, do you have any feelings whether this is a one-hit wonder or that kind of?
I didn't think that, because I didn't really think about the one-hit wonder aspect, because I just believe that with the right team behind you, and no matter if the song, even if you're not the type of artist that is really, really all that artistic, if you got the right team behind you and a work ethic, hell, you can have a long career.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way I looked at it. So, but I looked at, when I saw Vanilla Ice, I was like, this, plus I knew Vanilla Ice before I watched that video, because he used to come to the Rhinestone Wrangler and compete in the rap battles. So I battled him a few times.
Okay.
Yeah. So I knew, one thing I always liked about him, I liked his tenacity and his confidence.
See, that's the thing. I think now, looking back on it, I think James thought that I had met him and knew him. I never met Vanilla Ice. I didn't know him, and I never met him. I'd never talked to him on the phone. Never talked to any of his people. But I believe that it's hard to remember who's there and who's not there when people are coming through and everything. So I think that James had thought I was connected, but I wasn't. I'd never talked to the guy. So by the time, anyway, we straightened that out, it was like the guy was already signed with somebody.
Yeah, it didn't take long.
It didn't take 2 seconds.
Yeah, I heard that thing one day, and I know it couldn't have been more than 3-4 months later. Ice, Ice, Baby, everywhere.
Somebody got him.
Yeah, they got him. They ran with it.